You spent decades building your retirement, saving, sacrificing, doing everything right. But what if I told you the biggest threat to your retirement paycheck isn't a stock market crash, a recession, or even inflation? It's something far quieter and far more dangerous. Taxes. Not the ones you already know about, but hidden penalties, silent thresholds, and fine print traps that most retirees never see coming until it's too late. These aren't mistakes made by careless people. These are everyday decisions, like when you take Social Security, how much you withdraw from your IRA, or whether you help your kids with a down payment, that can quietly wipe out the income you were counting on. Most people don't find out until the damage is done. Their check arrives and it's lighter. Their Medicare premiums spike. Their tax bill makes no sense. And by then, there's no undoing it. The worst part? These tax hits don't come with a warning. They come with a smile and a letter from the IRS. That's why in this video, we're revealing 5 tax landmines that could quietly erase your 2025 retirement paycheck and exactly what to watch out for before they explode beneath your feet. Because in retirement, it's not just about how much you saved, it's about how much you keep. And once you see what's really happening behind the scenes, you might start to question everything you've been told about playing it safe. You probably think Social Security is the one thing you can count on, guaranteed income, month after month, finally paying you back for all those years of work. But here's what most people don't realize. A huge chunk of that money can be quietly taxed, and it happens more often than you think. In fact, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be taxed, depending on something called your combined income. That includes not just your adjusted gross income, but also tax-exempt interest and half your Social Security payments. Translation: even if you're not earning much, a few innocent moves like pulling money from your IRA, taking a part-time job, or even doing a Roth conversion can tip you right over the line. And once that happens, the IRS doesn't just take a little. The more your income rises, the more they claw back. It's like being punished for saving too well. What stings most is that nobody warns you about it. You go into retirement thinking, I've got my Social Security, I'll be fine. Then tax season hits, and suddenly you're paying taxes on income you already counted on. It catches people off guard every year. They sit down with their accountant and ask, why is my tax bill higher now that I'm retired? And the answer almost always is Social Security. What was supposed to be your safety net has quietly become a trap, set years in advance, triggered by choices you didn't even know mattered. Now, here's the one almost no one sees coming, until the bill shows up in the mail. It's called IRMAA, and it's not a tax in the traditional sense. It's worse. IRMAA stands for Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, and it hits your Medicare premiums like a silent hammer. Most retirees think Medicare Part B and Part D have standard costs, and for many, they do unless your income crosses a certain line. Just $1 over the limit, and your monthly premiums can nearly double without warning, without negotiation, and without any chance to reverse it for the year. The real danger is how easily it sneaks up on you. Maybe you take an extra withdrawal from your IRA to cover a big expense. Maybe you decide to do a Roth conversion, thinking it's smart for the future. Maybe you sell some investments or collect rental income. Each of those pushes up your modified adjusted gross income, and suddenly you've crossed the IRMAA threshold. The worst part? It's not gradual. There's no warning zone. It's a cliff. Go 1 cent over, and you're paying hundreds more per month for healthcare coverage you were already budgeting for. And here's the kicker. IRMAA is based on your income from 2 years ago. That means the financial decision you make today won't punish you now. It'll punish future you when you least expect it. Most people don't find out until their Social Security check shows up smaller than expected, and by then, it's already too late. Roth conversion sounds smart on paper. Pay taxes now, so you don't have to later. Simple, right? But the truth is, timing is everything, and one wrong move can turn a good strategy into a financial landmine. The biggest mistake people make? Converting too much, too fast, or waiting too long to convert all. Here's how it happens. You retire, you're in a lower tax bracket, and someone tells you it's a great time to convert a big chunk of your traditional IRA to a Roth. So you do. But what you didn't realize is that conversion counts as income, and not just taxable income. It can also push you into higher brackets, trigger IRMA surcharges, and even cause up to 85% of your Social Security to become taxable. Suddenly, that one smart move costs you thousands in hidden penalties, all in a single year. On the flip side, if you delay conversions until after you're required to take minimum distributions at age 73, you've likely missed your best window. Your RMDs stack on top of any conversions, pushing your income higher, limiting your flexibility, and making every future dollar more expensive to access. It's a trap that punishes both the impatient and the overly cautious. And because the Roth rules feel optional, many people assume there's no urgency until the window quietly closes and they're stuck paying top dollar on every retirement withdrawal for the rest of their lives. There's a moment in retirement when your instincts and your heart start to clash, especially when it comes to giving. You want to help your kids buy their first home, cover a grandchild's tuition, or finally make that generous donation to a cause you believe in. It feels good. It feels right. But what most people don't realize is that giving too much, too soon, can quietly sabotage your entire financial plan. It's not just about draining your savings. It's about triggering unexpected tax consequences that ripple through the rest of your retirement. Say you gift appreciated stock to a family member without proper planning. They might get hit with a capital gains tax bill and you never saw coming. Or maybe you liquidate a chunk of your IRA to give someone cash. That withdrawal doesn't just reduce your nest egg. It bumps up your taxable income, raises your Medicare premiums, and possibly pushes your Social Security into the taxable zone. You thought you were helping, but what you really did was weaken your financial foundation, sometimes permanently. And the worst part? Once the money's out of your hands, there's no easy way to get it back. Life throws curveballs, medical bills, inflation, long-term care needs, and you may find yourself needing that money more than ever. But it's already gone. Generosity isn't the enemy, but unplanned generosity can be. Because in retirement, every dollar you give away should work twice as hard, first for you and then for them. If it doesn't, it's not a gift. It's a sacrifice. One you may not be able to afford. No one wants to think about it, but the truth is unavoidable. At some point, one spouse is likely to pass before the other. And while the emotional toll is enormous, there's another hit that catches many by surprise: the widow's tax penalty. It's a quiet, brutal shift that changes your tax life the moment you lose your partner. Here's how it works. As a married couple, you enjoy wider tax brackets, higher standard deductions, and more breathing room. But when one spouse passes, the surviving partner goes from filing jointly to filing as a single individual. That means their income, Social Security, IRA withdrawals, pension payments gets taxed at a much higher rate, even if it hasn't changed by a single cent. The same check you were both living on now gets taxed like you're suddenly wealthy. And it gets worse. RMDs don't stop, healthcare costs keep rising, and Medicare surcharges may hit harder. It's a triple threat. Higher taxes, fewer deductions, and reduced support, all while navigating grief. For many, this tax shift feels like being punished for surviving. The danger isn't a delay. Most couples never plan for this. They assume if one spouse passes, the financial picture stays the same. But in reality, taxes skyrocket, and assets that once felt secure start draining faster than expected. Unless you plan early through strategic account titling, trust setups, and tax-aware withdrawal strategies, the widow's penalty doesn't just take money. It steals financial freedom when you're at your most vulnerable. You planned your retirement thinking the hardest part would be getting there, saving enough, investing smart, staying disciplined. But the real danger comes after you cross the finish line. These tax landmines don't explode loudly. They creep in slowly through routine decisions, well-meaning generosity, or simply not knowing what to watch for. And before you realize what's happening, the income you worked your entire life to secure starts slipping through your fingers. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Every landmine we've talked about can be avoided or reduced, but only if you know they exist. The tax code isn't broken, it's working exactly as designed. And for retirees who don't adapt, it can quietly take back what you thought was already yours. But here's the good news, you still have time. Time to rethink how you withdraw, how you give, how you plan. Time to protect your Social Security, time to dodge IRMAA, time to make smarter moves with your savings before the IRS makes decisions for you. Retirement isn't just about how much you've saved, it's about how much you get to keep. And now that you know where the traps are, you can walk your financial path with eyes wide open. If this video opened your eyes to something you hadn't considered before, let us know in the comments. Which of these landmines surprised you most? And what are you doing to avoid it? Your story could help someone else. And if you found this helpful, subscribe, and share it with someone who's close to retirement. Because a few small changes today could mean everything tomorrow.